Hello traders, Rich here and welcome to Kucoin as episode 20, and today we are going to go over a detailed Ethereum analysis. If you don't know about Kucoin, it's one of the largest crypto exchanges in the world with over 700 billion traded volume on the platform and 10 million registered users from more than 200 different countries. Kucoin has many features like margin trading, spot trading, mining pools, staking, lending, and many more with over 700 listed coins. If you don't have an account yet, I'll make sure to attach my referral link in the description below. And if you create an account through it, you'll benefit from 20% discounts on your trading fees. So let's get started. And as usual, cheers. You've got Ethereum weekly time frame, and as we clearly see, we are still overall bearish from a long-term perspective, trading inside this giant wedge pattern, right? So for the bulls to take over and to have a shift in momentum from bearish to bullish, of course, from a long-term perspective, we need to see a break above this wedge pattern upward, and then we'll be expecting the bulls to take over. In this case, every bearish movement would be a dip or a correction before the next impulse movement push price higher to make a higher high. Meanwhile, we are still bearish, and every bullish movement is simply a correction before the next impulse movement starts to push the price lower. So we previously rejected the 2K resistance, has been acting as support previously, and when broken downward, it's now acting as a resistance, and price lately rejected it and traded downward. For now, it's sitting around the 1.5 support area, and as you can see, Ethereum is respecting the support and resistance in terms of 1.5K. So 0.5K. So 500, 1K, 1.5, 2, 2.5, and so on, right? So we've got the idea. Ethereum rejected the 2K, now sitting around the 1.5K, which is a potential support zone. So we might expect a bullish movement from here before again the bears take over and so on, until eventually a resistance or a support is broken down. In this case, a movement to the next resistance or next support is expected. If you zoom into daily time frame, we can see things a little bit clearer. So rejected the 2K, traded lower, and if you zoom into H4, we formed a head and shoulders. Price broke below the neckline, we traded lower, so we are currently bearish starting from here. Anyway, we'll zoom in into H4 in a bit, but we are bearish until the bulls take over by breaking above this channel. So yes, we are bearish from a long-term perspective, and we are currently also bearish from a medium-term perspective, waiting for the bulls to take over, for the bulls to take over again from a short-term perspective. Meanwhile, as mentioned from daily, we're around this support area around 1.5K, unless it's broken downward. In this case, a movement lower till this minor support and resistance would be expected. Again, if broken downward, we'll be expecting a movement at the 1K support zone. Of course, we can't react like, if Ethereum will reach 5K before, because first of all, to reach 5K, we need to see a break above the 2K, 2.5, 3, and so on, right? And vice versa. Like, we can't really say that Ethereum will reach 600 or 700. It would be like a random assumption. For Ethereum to reach 500, first of all, we need to break below the 1.5, this zone, 1K, and then we'll be able to reach 500. So always wait for the market to make the first move and then react accordingly. Don't predict, we just wait and react. So that being said, we are currently bearish. We already know that. We had our first impulse breaking below the previous low. So now the bears confirmed taking over. We had a correction, and the next impulse is now forming. For the bulls to reclaim the support area, because we are currently still around it, it's acting as support, but for the bulls to reject it, we would like to see a break above the last major, minor support and resistance. So we'd like to see this break like this above this resistance, turn support, now acting as a resistance. It can also be price going upward, form a new swing here before breaking it upward. For now, we are sitting around the support area. If we have a daily close below this low, then we'll be expecting further movement downward, as mentioned from daily, to around this minor support and resistance. In this case, when this happens, if we trade lower, for the bulls to take over here from a medium-term perspective, we need to see this, a new high, a rejection from, and then a break above it. So long story short, we would like to see the bulls taking over by breaking above this trend line in red and the last major high. In this case, it is this green zone, so that's why I want a break above it like this or like this. It would be a break above both the trend line and the zone, or if we trade lower, I would like to see this break. This would become our new last high. And of course, would be bearish, and Ethereum can trade lower and lower, break below the support, reach 1K before finally the bulls take over. Of course, when the bulls take over here, we'll be expecting a movement till the 2K resistance, and of course, maybe around till this area, which is the entire resistance that we saw from daily time frame. That's our entire resistance zone. So from 2K to 2.25K. This is our entire resistance, so price can still go up, rejected before breaking it upwards. So that's it, long story short, for Ethereum. We are currently inside a tricky area. Let's see if the bears will take over to push lower till this area or break above this area. In this case, a movement higher would be expected. Best of luck, and I'll see you on the next one.